In 1959, a monastery in Nepal claimed to have a Yeti scalp. Yes, a scalp. Sir Edmund Hillary himself, one of the first men to climb Everest, traveled to inspect it. But let's start from in 1970. Legendary mountaineer Don Whillans was camping in the remote Himalayan wilderness, preparing for a tough climb. The night was bitterly cold, silent, except for the crackle of the fire and the distant wind. As Whillans lay in his tent, something caught his attention. A sound, a rhythmic crunching in the snow. Footsteps, heavy, deliberate. His heart started racing. This wasn't human. The sound came closer, closer, circling the campsite. Then, silence. Then next morning, huge, unexplainable footprints surrounded the campsite. Whillans never forgot that night. What was it? The Yeti? Or something else? Does the Yeti really exist? Or is it nothing more than a chilling myth? Watch the full video to uncover the truth. A truth that just might open your eyes to the impossible. In 1959, the legend of the Yeti took an unexpected turn. Not in the wilderness of the Himalayas, but in the offices of the Nepalese government. Yes, you heard that right. The government of Nepal, captivated by the global obsession with the Abominable Snowman, issued official regulations for anyone daring to hunt for the mysterious creature. And these rules, they were as unique as the Yeti itself. First, adventurers and explorers needed to pay for a permit, a whopping 5,000 rupees. Back then, that was a significant sum, roughly equivalent to $1,100 in today's currency. This wasn't just a fee, it was a statement. The Nepalese government was serious about controlling Yeti expeditions. But the rules didn't stop there. The permit came with strict conditions. Rule number 1, if you encountered the Yeti, you were allowed to photograph it or even capture it. But under no circumstances were you to harm or kill it. The Yeti was not just a legend. It was considered a part of Nepal's cultural heritage, and its protection was paramount. Why would a government create such rules? So, 1921. During a British expedition to Mount Everest, explorers stumbled upon some huge footprints in the snow. Way bigger than any humans, some nearly 24 inches long. They were completely baffled, and they quickly convinced themselves that these tracks must have come from some wild creature. They named it the Abominable Snowman. And guess what? The news spread fast, and the world went wild with curiosity. But here's the twist. The local Sherpas, who'd been living in the Himalayas for generations, already had their own stories about a mysterious creature they called the Métis. Sound familiar? Could it be that the Sherpas were right all along? Was this proof of the Yeti? But here's where it gets even more interesting. Despite all the excitement, no one was ever able to find those exact tracks again. Were they real? But the most famous incident? Oh, that would be in 1951. Renowned mountaineer Eric Shipton was exploring near Mount Everest when he stumbled upon something that would fuel the Yeti mystery for decades. As he trekked through the snow, he found large, humanoid footprints, so big and so clear they couldn't just be brushed off. People went crazy with curiosity. Were these prints a clever hoax? Or was there really something huge and unknown roaming the vast, remote Himalayas? Shipton's discovery left way more questions than answers. Now, on to 1959, a monastery in Nepal claimed to have a Yeti scalp. So, on 1960, Sir Edmund Hillary led an expedition to Nepal to investigate reports of the Yeti. At the Kumjung Monastery, he examined a so-called Yeti scalp. After scientific analysis, it was revealed that the Yeti scalp was actually made from the hide of a serow, a goat-like Himalayan antelope. This discovery was a huge letdown for those hoping for concrete proof of the mysterious creature. Now, let's go back to the reality of 1921 discovery. Well, it's still up in the air. The explorers were convinced those giant footprints came from a wild creature, but there's no solid proof it was the Yeti. Some believe the prints could have been from animals like bears or big goats, or maybe even humans, misinterpreted tracks. The Yeti legend took off, but no one's found real evidence that proves it exists. So, the mystery is still out there. But now, coming back to the incident I have told in the beginning of 1970. The 1970 incident with Don Whillans reported hearing strange sounds and seeing a massive figure near his camp. Some experts believe that what he experienced may have been misidentified wildlife or the natural sounds of the Himalayan environment. For example, large animals like bears or wild yaks, which are common in the region, could have caused the noise and confusion. The large footprints found the next day, though mysterious, might have been attributed to these animals as well. But one less known fact is that other mountaineers in the area at the time also reported similar sounds, suggesting that these may not have been isolated events, but could have been a result of the unique acoustics of the Himalayan mountains, where sounds can travel in unusual ways due to the terrain and cold. In short, while the experience was terrifying for Whillans, there's no solid evidence linking it to the Yeti, and it remains just another part of the ongoing mystery with no clear answers. So, here's the thing. The Yeti mystery is absolutely fascinating, right? But think about it. If such a creature really existed, especially after all this time, don't you think we'd have found at least one piece of solid evidence by now? Even with today's high-tech tools and digital advancements, we're still no closer to proving the Yeti's existence. No clear footprints, no physical remains, nothing. It's hard to ignore the possibility that maybe, just maybe, the Yeti isn't real. It could just be a mythical creature, a legend passed down through generations. The fact that we've yet to find anything concrete may just tell us that it's all part of the mystery, one that stayed in the realm of myth for a reason. So, if you enjoyed diving into the mystery of the Yeti, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And hey, if you want more mind-blowing mysteries like this one, hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching.